The old days of black smoke and noisy clanging engines, those days are long gone. This engine's super clean compared to engines just a few years ago, diesel engines. The 90% of the NOx is removed, and you need to do that just to meet the current emission requirements for the car.
Right now we're in the new Chevy Cruze, which is a huge hit, by the way. And this one is special. What makes it special?
This is special. It has a diesel engine, 6-speed auto trans. So the diesel engine is rated at 151 horsepower, 264 pound-feet of torque, so really big torque number. And the highway fuel economy is 46 miles per gallon label, higher than any non-hybrid car you can buy in the US today.
And what's amazing about it is, I can't tell it's a diesel, right? Because the old diesels of the 70s and the 80s sounded like, well, coffee percolators. And this one sounds like, well, it sounds like a regular Cruze.
Yeah, this is the clean turbo diesel. The old days of black smoke and noisy clanging engines, those days are long gone. This engine's super clean compared to engines just a few years ago, diesel engines. The 90% of the NOx is removed, and you need to do that just to meet the current emission requirements for the car.
Now there are several ways that manufacturers do that. Some inject urea, some actually have very high burning, very high temperatures. How do you guys do it?
Well, we actually do a number of things. We do have a DEF system on this car. It's in the trunk.
Yep.
Tank capacity allows you to go about 10,000 miles before you ever have to touch the tank. So
that's the urea?
So that's the urea,
yep.
Right, the DEF system. It's a very complex system. We have advanced EGR on the car, 16.5 to 1 compression ratio. A lot of pieces to not only be efficient and clean, but to get the fuel economy out of the car at the same time. The 46, like I say, is a huge number. And one win for us.
One of the great things, besides the fuel economy, of course, is that diesels are long living and they're relatively low maintenance if they're done right, because there are no spark plugs, obviously.
Right.
So what kind of life do you expect to get out of this engine?
We're around, I don't know if we have an exact number that we quote, but one of the things on this car, with the DEF system, the 10,000 miles I mentioned, that's approximately your oil change interval also. So you really don't have, the first 10,000 miles, which are covered, by the way, under your Chevy dealer, will automatically fill the DEF fluid and change your oil for the first 2 years. So for the first 10,000 miles, you really have little to no maintenance other than putting the diesel fuel in, and even that isn't so much fuel that you need to add at 46 miles per gallon.
And let's give everybody the tire number. What's city and what's combined?
Okay, 46 highway, yep. 27 city, and then 33 combined.
All right, and in terms of kind of where does this live in the structure of the Cruze, price-wise?
Okay, price-wise, it's I guess I would call it near the top, not at the top, but near the top. But the car is highly contented. What you get is leather seats, heated leather seats, a very well contented car, automatic transmission. So if you compare that to a regular Cruze, let's say a 2LT gas car with automatic transmission, it's slightly over $2,000 premium for the diesel part of it.
So how much is it starting?
Just under 25 without destination, so 24 plus. Add destination, and you're at low 25 or mid 25,000. This car, by the way, that we're in is a base car.
Yep.
And you look around, it's got the color connected radio with the 7-inch screen, heated leather seats. It's very well contented even as a base car.
I wish it had cooled seats today. It's pretty hot out there. That's why the air conditioner is blasting.
That's not an option yet.
What's your favorite part of this car?
You know, from being sort of a driver type person, my favorite part is the huge torque.
Yeah.
264. starting at 1750 RPM and up, you're over 250 pound-feet from that RPM and on up. So, you know, your normal day-to-day city driving, you know, back road, you have just tons of power. So it's fun to drive. It's great efficiency, but fun to drive at the same time.
And where does the engine come from? I'm sure it wasn't developed here in America, right? It's got to be one of your other partners that brought this to the American market.
Yeah, the basic structure of this engine and the history of it is in Europe.
Yep. Opel.
Through Opel, through GME, through GM Europe. We, in fact, last year sold 20,000 Cruze diesels around the world in different places. And I believe it's over 200,000 total diesels of this configuration in the last several years. So the engine's been out, it's bulletproof. What we had to do is bring it here and federalize it. So from an emission standpoint,
which is not cheap.
And also,
is it legal in all 50 states?
It's legal in all 50 states. You can buy this in California, everywhere. And also make it work for the U.S. customer. So, you know, as we're driving here, we can have a normal conversation. I think we hear the air conditioning fan.
Yeah, I'll turn it off.
More than we hear the diesel engine.
You guys hear anything? You can hear it a little bit. There's a little bit of that percolator sound. But, of course, I'm slowing down, so you're not going to hear anything right
so
now.
When you get on the highway at 60, you don't hear the engine at all. Nothing. So, you know, that's what we had to do here, too, to do the acoustic treatment and make it so that the U.S. consumer who's not used to diesels has maybe a bad memory of diesels from many years ago.
To be fair, some of those
days are gone.
To be fair, some of those were GM diesels. Those weren't your brightest times, as I recall, back in the 80s. Yeah.
You know, people my age remember that, but
sorry, I'm bringing up bad memories.
That's okay.
But let's talk about the present. In terms of the architecture, same front-wheel drive architecture, right?
Right.
Same 6-speed transmission.
This actually is a unique transmission just for the diesel. This is an Eisen transmission, calibrated to work specifically for the diesel engine.
All right, here, let me turn the air off. Now that we're moving, let's see if you guys can hear the diesel. Do you hear anything? Dead quiet. Okay, I'm going to floor it now. You know, it sounds to me like maybe, you know, a throaty 4-cylinder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really distinguish it from a diesel anymore.
Yeah, so my history is too, I worked on the Verano. And developed that.
Yeah.
And a lot of that content was a great starting point for this car. So, you know, the Verano being a very quiet car in its segment.
Great. I appreciate it.
Thank you.